Hi everyone, it's Tammy Mastroberte with Elevated Existence, and in this video I am getting super personal and I'm sharing with you a ridiculously amazing sign that I got just recently from a pet who passed. So I'm going to try and keep the story short. Those of you who know me know that I talk too much. So here is the situation. 2 years ago, we moved into the house that we currently live in, and we took over caring for 2 feral cats that lived in a barn on the property. And they became our cats, and we love them. Pretty Girl and Rusty, a brother and sister. And just in the past week or two, but depending on when this actually gets out there, Pretty Girl passed away. And it's a long story, but we ended up she was very, very sick, and she disappeared. And then when she came back, I knew that she was sick and I needed to get her to a vet. So I was able to do that, and which was in itself a miracle. And I did speak with an animal communicator because I believe in that 150%. And so I was able to get her and take her. And unfortunately, we had to make the decision to euthanize, to allow her to pass on. It was a pretty clear decision. She was an older cat, but still extremely difficult. And so before that happened, I was sitting in the room with her and was crying, and I just was petting her. And the funny thing is, she was not the type of cat that you could pet. Her brother is a love ball, but she was not. She was just kind of like, I'll tolerate you, if any of you have cats like that, but don't push your luck with me, lady. And so I was petting her head, I kissed her head, and I was talking to her. And because of the work that I do, I thought, this is it. I have to give her a sign to give me to allow myself to know not only that she was okay, which I knew she would be, but not only that she was okay, but that we were doing the right thing, right? Because even when you make a decision like that with a pet, and it's pretty clear you're making the right decision, you're still going to question it. You're always going to question it. And so I basically sat there and I was talking to her, and I said, listen, my mother is going to be there for you when you cross over, and I'll have my cat Phoebe, who passed away a few years ago. She will be there for you. You're not going to be alone, and we love you. And I even said to her, make sure that you go back, as your spirit, and visit your brother Rusty and let him know you're okay, because he's going to worry. So I had this whole conversation with her, and I was saying to her, I really want to, I want to use a sign. What sign do you want to use? So I'm basically talking to her saying, oh, should we use this? No, that's too easy. Or, no, that's not going to be clear. And all of a sudden, and I believe she gave it to me. All of a sudden and she was just laying there staring right at me. And I said, a blue butterfly. I don't know why I said a blue butterfly, but that's what came to me. And I said to her, I need you to use a blue butterfly, and in some way to please let me know that you are safe, that you are okay, and that we're making the right decision. And she just looked at me the whole time. And so after all of it was over, I wasn't home. I mean, an hour would have been a long time at that point. And I was texting my friend, and I was letting her know what happened. And she texted me back and said, oh, you were her angel. Meaning, because I explained to her that I believe she literally came out of hiding and put her body in a place that I would basically run into her. I would have had to look for her. So she wanted me to find her, and I think she wanted my help. And so she said, oh, you were her angel. And I'm just going to stop talking and put the picture up of the text that she sent me. And so When someone says you are her angel, you might use prayer hands, you might use the little emoji with the angel halo, right? You might use even a heart. She used a blue butterfly. And the funny thing is, I have been sort of her conduit for signs sometimes, where I will say something or do something or send her something and she'll go, oh my gosh, that's a sign from my father, or something along those lines. And she was like, oh my gosh, this was for you. I was going to put a heart and something made me go to that blue butterfly. And it was honestly the coolest thing ever, because number one, it proves that our pets are listening. Number two, it proves that we can assign a sign to a pet, and if we are open to it, we can get that sign. Number three, a question I get a lot is, if my pet or my loved one, human loved one has passed on, how soon before they can send signs? And I always say, it's really up to that spirit, that person. I know some people will say, oh, it'll take a few months or it takes this long. I don't believe that, because I've seen evidence otherwise. My mother passed away, and the moment that we had to make the choice to turn the machines off, and I went into the bathroom, and if you read my book, The Universe is Talking to You, I tell this whole story in the first chapter, I got a sign from her immediately when she left her body. So I believe it depends on the spirit, but I don't want you guys out there to think that you can't get a sign from your pet, or that your pet is not, does not know what's going on, or that it's going to take a certain amount of time before you get the signs, whether it be a pet or a human. Because again, over and over, my pets and my loved ones, my human loved ones, are proving otherwise. And so I wanted to share this with you, because maybe you have lost a pet, maybe you are struggling right now with an issue with a pet, or at any point in the future, if this comes up for you, and you have the chance to sit with that pet or sit with that human being and give them a sign while they're still here to use, take that opportunity. Take that opportunity, because I didn't do that with my pet a few years ago. Never even crossed my mind, my cat Phoebe. She did send me signs, though. I have another video where I talk about that. I will link to that here. But honestly, I just wanted to share this because it was so amazing and it was so beautiful. And again, I am not special. So if this can happen to me, then this can happen to you as well. And so I hope this story helps you in some way. I wanted to just sort of get on here and do a quick personalized video for you guys, and show you that amazing sign and that amazing text. And I hope it brings you peace, and I hope it brings you hope. And I hope that it will encourage you to try and communicate with your pet on the other side, or if they're about to cross over, as well as your humans. So thank you for listening, and I will see you guys in the next video.